up, my little sugar buggers? Welcome back to the channel for 18 realistic mods for The Sims 4. Originally, you guys, this was supposed to be 20 realistic mods for The Sims 4, but unfortunately, the other two mods that I had didn't work post-patch. I've been kind of collecting a bunch of mods specifically for after The Sims 4 received its update. I think it was like June 3rd or something along those lines, but a couple of the mods that I had haven't been updated, so I will have to feature those ones at a later date. I will, though, mention one of the mods, just kind of like as a little side thing in this video because it fits the theme. But long story short, we are inside the Grover household. This is Nia Grover. This is her love interest, Lane, and of course we have her two kids. Now, if you guys watch the Single Mom Creative Sim, then you're already familiar with this family, but if you haven't, I will go ahead and link their cast video at the end of this one, as well as their speed build for this apartment in particular. By the way, both assets are available on the gallery, Gen 2 606, and they were specifically created for The Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle. So just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there. So I have a bunch of amazing mods and plenty of more mod videos coming. But let's just go ahead and knock down this list. So the first 6 mods are realistic interactions that can be added to your game literally with a click of a mouse. I'm so freaking excited to share these with you. They come in from Kiara Sim. So the first one that I'm actually going to go ahead and showcase is the ability to wish your Sims good morning. Something so simple, something so easy and effortless. But the cool thing about this interaction is it will actually provide your Sim with a little bit of a buff for wishing well upon another Sim. So as you guys can see, we received a buff lasting a total of 4 hours, and it says good morning. Good morning to myself and whoever I said good morning to. What should I do today? And the cool thing about this is there's also the ability to wish a Sim good night. But in addition, you can pick up a bunch of other interactions. You don't need to download all 6. It's not like a pack or anything, but if you wanted to, you can grab all of them. Another really cool interaction is the ability to discuss your future together. So for instance, Nia and Lane have been dating for a while. Things have been kind of hot and heavy, and you know, she's got kids too, also, side note. And so she kind of just wants to see where he is currently at in the relationship. Is he ready to like step up to the plate? Is he ready to like make that commitment? What should we do? Relationships are hard. Sometimes you have to follow the flow, but what's the flow? Together, apart? How much do we love each other, and is love enough? How ironic is it that that buff was literally the same narration that I had with Nia and Lane, except Lane was kind of the one doing the talking. I really like that. You know, these are like little subtle things that really kind of perk up the game. I literally downloaded, I think it's like by Zero, a entire mod that essentially creates better relationships and better dynamics in between Sims. But maybe if you don't want to have such a heavy loaded mod, being able to kind of add in these little singular interactions to kind of, you know, amp up your gameplay or just kind of whatever relates to you is a better option. I'm not sure. But with that, there is also this interaction here, and I do believe it's under Mischief, and it is hey woohoo, which oh my goodness gracious. I don't know if we've noticed, but your girl Nia is preggo. Okay, so if she's coming in, if she wait, hold on. Look at the strut. Look at the freaking strut and the relationship damage. Wait, hold on. Hey woohoo. Hate woohoo means like, oh, hold on. Oh, Billy. I don't know why, but Nia's face right now is a total freaking vibe. So hate woohoo is like, hate, like, you know. I don't need to fill in the blanks for you. I thought hate woohoo was like, you know, when you hate the woohoo, so you tell them like pretty much you suck. I didn't know it was like, yeah, actually sucking. Anywho's, you get a buff, you get a buff, you get a buff, and you get a buff. Why am I having a woohoo with someone I hate? I guess there really is a thin line between love and hate. Also, side note, we have a couple other interactions, or actually just one more, I lied. We have the talk about news interaction. So Nia is in a freaking deep sleep right now, but actually, interestingly enough, she is mortified. I don't know why. I think if you have too much hate woohoo, you can die, which is really interesting. That's another thing that I just discovered. A new way to kill somebody from hate woohooing to death. Interesting. I love that. But anyway, we were going to do the talk about news interaction. I think this interaction in particular is great for like older Sims or Sims that just, you know, like love to gossip. And I also really, really adore the fact that each one of these custom interactions has a little icon as well. I feel like they're super immersive. Like I feel like this is even better than the interactions that we have in game. I love the little pop-ups. I love the notifications. And she is really going to town about telling Lane how the chicken crossed the road. So here we have another happy buff, and it says from talking about news. There are some crazies out there. I cannot believe some of the things that go on around us. One of my biggest pet peeves in The Sims 4 is that it seems like it's just really one-sided. I'm the one that is a puppeteer. I'm the one that decides if a Sim is going to move in with another Sim or perhaps even get married or go steady. But no more, my friends. No frickin' more. These mods by Polar Bear Sims seal the frickin' deal quite literally. So I can't wait to share this with you because I'm frickin' I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I can't even get the words out of my mouth. So Lane and Nia are clearly expecting, and Lane feels like it is a better time than any to go ahead and pop the question. So we are going to ask Nia if she would like to be our girlfriend. So obviously he's, you know, kind of warming up to the idea, and she's thinking about it. But that's the thing. Like, she actually does need to think about it. And even though your Sim is asking the question and they even live in the same household, they're not gonna like autonomously accept or, you know, reject. Again, they don't necessarily do that either. It depends on the relationship, but you have the definitive answer to whether or not your Sims will actually engage in a relationship or not. The cool thing about this is that your Sims don't necessarily have to live with each other to do this. I'm just prompting it myself. So if your Sim has a boyfriend in the relationship, or a girlfriend, or, you know, significant other, whatever, and the relationship is going well, this can pop up at random, which is amazing. I love that. Lane Cartwright would like you to be their girlfriend. Do you accept? Now, you could say, sure, let's give this a try, or I'm sorry, I just don't feel the same way about you. So obviously, Nia is going to say, sure, let's give this a try, because she's already pregnant. Like, why else would she deny him, you know? So we're gonna go ahead and say yes, and they give each other a little sweet nudgins, a little kiss, a little hug, a little base show, a little handhold, and it's just a very subtle, you know, kind of like interaction. It's not the whole crazy, oh my God, we're in high school, let me like jump in your arms and break them off like Gumby. It's not like that. It's a little more mature. It's a little more adult. As you guys saw, there is a huge relationship increase that comes with that. In addition, as I was saying earlier, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and actually have Lane propose, but it's kind of weird to do it in the middle of the living room, but we're going to do it anyway. You know, things are really, like I said earlier in the video, progressing very fast between the two. So like a proposal wouldn't be completely far-fetched, but this is again another option for you to accept or deny the Sim asking or proposing rather. So for instance, Lane Cartwright loves you very much and would like to spend the rest of their life with you. Do you accept? Yes, I do. And no, this isn't going to work. Now, in my personal opinion, Nia recognizes, you know, it's been all gas, no brakes. I'm gonna actually have her say no, this isn't going to work. Now, I hate to play Captain Obvious here, but nothing seemed to come out of it. Now, it's weird because when Lane asked Nia to be his girlfriend, they got a relationship boost and all the little cheesy, all the cheesy frills. But when he got denied, typically in the game, there would be an adverse reaction, like, I don't know, him being mortified and upset, maybe even a little bit of a relationship loss, which it actually appears like it hasn't sustained any at all. So that is one thing I would like to critique. But again, just the fact that this can be autonomous literally freaking knocks the socks straight off my feet. So just keeping on with the theme, as I mentioned earlier, another mod by Polar Bear Sims is the autonomous ask to move in. So essentially, if you and your Sims, friends, or whomever have a good relationship, you might get a prompt to move in. I don't know what this looks like. I haven't actually played with it, but so far so good. I feel like the autonomous interactions are pretty solid. And I just wanted to kind of like pitch this one out there. Now there are two different flavors. There's like a romance only option, and just like a, platonic relationship option. A lot of people seem to go with just the generic one. So that's what I did. Honestly, you guys, I think it would be revolutionary if the Sims team introduced more autonomous pop-ups like these ones. The next three mods pertain to the one thing that I'm sure we would love to get a huge overhaul on in The Sims 4, and that is pregnancy and baby. So the very first mod that I have to share with you guys is the ability to ask a Sim their due date, and in addition, actually receive a little bit of feedback. So under the friendly category, we could have Lane ask Nia, what is your baby's due date? So once he decides to put down the freaking PB&J and get off his lazy culo and actually go into the kitchen and ask her, hopefully we'll find the answer. Let's try this again. I don't know why some of my interactions are working and others aren't. And I also don't know why my freaking kid is more destructive than a chihuahua. You know what? I don't make the rules, I swear. Oh my God. Today's a day. Today's a day. I'm halfway there. I can't wait to meet my little bundle of joy. Say no more, Nia. Say no more. Mod number 2 has got you covered. Labor puddles. I know what you're thinking, Jen. You really had to dig deep in the archives for that one. And boy, oh boy, did I. So with a couple clicks of a mouse, you are going to see, obviously, what she's having. She's having a girl. But in addition, we can force her to go and head on into labor. So with her going into labor, oh my God, this is the biggest gush and puddle I have ever seen. Your girl has officially had her water broke, and it's interesting because her water breaking was so much more significant than when I was playtesting this mod just to make sure it worked. Now, every time she has a contraction, she is going to leave little leaky puddles of water, thus adding a little bit of realism. Like, I think this is such a cute little idea. I mean, you already have Sims peeing themselves every freaking 2 seconds. Like, why wouldn't there be little puddles of water kind of everywhere? I do believe there's a couple of different variations of this mod, but I'm not 100% certain. I think every time she has a contraction, she is supposed to leak water, but obviously the initial water breaking makes a little more sense. Sometimes when your family welcomes home the brand new bundle of joy, not everybody is feeling joyful. In fact, a lot of the time, siblings will experience what I would like to call a little bit of rivalry. And up until this point, to my knowledge, there was no relationship deficit for a Sim who did so. For instance, Christopher here, he is feeling actually pretty overjoyed in response to his brand new sibling. In fact, he has this buff that says Christopher can't wait to play with a new sibling, and in addition, he has made a new good friend. So this mod will actually provide a relationship boost to the Sim that the other sibling is in acceptance or denial of, if that makes sense. So if Christopher absolutely despised Derek, they would actually have an appropriate relationship reflecting that. And even better, in your notification wall, you will see Christopher likes his new sibling or new brother, Derek. This next mod honestly leaves me a little bit flabbergasted. I don't even know why this has to be a thing or why it isn't a thing, but it is the ability to order things off of your phone. Now, I don't know about you, but it is 2020, and I would feel like being able to do more things on our devices would make a lot of sense. So Thank freaking goodness we can now order items on mobile. So all you need to do is just hop into your household tab, click the order button, and there you go. We have a bunch of different categories. So for instance, we can buy bait, we can buy beach supplies, we can purchase books, buy brooms and crystals, camping supplies, more crystals. I don't know what that says. Purchase dyes, earbuds, and more. Like literally, depending on what you have currently installed, the list goes on and on. I can't understand how I last so long. I must have superpowers. I really need to stop because that song is literally my favorite, by the way, FYI. If you know what it is, comment down below because we are officially besties. I'm going to have Lane buy a little bit of bait because this bait is going to come in handy in literally like T-5 minutes. So we are going to buy some fish, which I actually think is really cool. It doesn't have a particular like quota of what you can buy. So like you don't need to have a particular fishing skill to be able to purchase something, but I just love the fact that we could order things off of our phone. I feel like that is enough. We bought a total of 10 items and it comes in at 192. The only thing is it doesn't kick you back to the order screen. Like you have to go through it every single time you want to purchase something. I'm also really excited that we can purchase earbuds. I think this is something you can do in the catalog, but just to be consistent, we are going to purchase some red earbuds and I want to see what else we can buy. Like this might just be my new favorite way of purchasing things. Like I literally don't even think I'll touch a computer or any other method of purchase like ever freaking again. You can even buy damn voodoo dolls. Like what is going on? The sorcery. Okay, so let's talk about functioning fruit bowls. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Another thing that I feel like should have been added to The Sims, or at least added at this point. Now we have so many beautiful fruit bowls. I know it sounds cheesy, but we really do. So this mod basically makes all of those fruit bowls functioning, and here we are. Like this is just a few of the fruit bowls, depending again on what packs you have installed. You might have more, you might have less, yada yada yada. And it even works for the little tart fruit bowl that is full of lemons. But what it does is allows your Sims to directly purchase fruit from the bowl itself. So say I wanted Lane to grab a couple apples and that's about it, because literally you guys, it doesn't allow you to pick more than one item, which is kind of freaking annoying. But once we open up the fruit bowl, you'll notice that there are some grapes and also some apples in there. It also gives you a notification letting you know that the item will be found in that fruit bowl. So I actually, hold on a second. What is going on here, buddy? Oh my God. I've called to inform you that your you know what? No, thank you. Bye-bye. But anyways, as I was saying, another cool thing is that the inventories of the fruit bowls are separate. So earlier I had purchased some grapes and I had purchased an apple for this fruit bowl. And then over here, I had purchased 4 apples for this fruit bowl. But the only thing that I don't like is that if your Sim would like to consume the fruit from the fruit bowl, they actually have to open up the inventory, place the item on the counter or what have you, and then eat it, which doesn't make sense. I do feel like just to kind of take this mod to the next level, you know, really just going out there, you just full balls to the wall, probably adding in the eat so-and-so, yada, 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 whatever you have in that fruit bowl's inventory. That would be cool if you could just like literally eat directly from it. But I do like the fact that if I have a bunch of fruit, I can just add it to my fruit bowl and I don't necessarily have to have it clogging my Sims' inventory. I need you guys to believe me when I try to tell you that this video isn't going to be like my freaking top 18 pet peeves of The Sims 4, but I really do feel like these mods just kind of fix and correct and add realism where it is lacking and isn't consistent, if that makes sense. So this next mod, okay, I've talked about this way too much, and I don't even think I've ever featured this before, but on the off chance that I did, I do apologize. It is the ability to create or bake cupcakes from the oven. I don't know why. Why? Underneath the big green humbug in the sky, we have to have this gigantuous honkin' freaking cupcake machine in order to make some cupcakes, because I don't know about you, boo boo, but I don't need all that. I like it if you were to make a bakery, but it isn't necessary. So if you want, your sim can now, regardless of their baking skill, they can prepare some classic vanilla cupcakes. Now, I don't know, but I'm pretty certain if your sim does, okay, there we go. That makes a lot of sense. So if your sim does have a higher baking skill, naturally they would be able to make other variety of cupcakes. But because my sim here is only on level 1, and even at level like nada, she was able to at least make the vanilla cupcakes, she can start kind of building on her skill that way, which I think is amazing. Like, I really like the fact that this is an option, and I wish it was an option all across the board. I wish I didn't need a mod for this, but it's just, it's a little shun, and it really honestly would have wait, what's the romantic, what's going on here? What Bishwire? Why are we feeling the warm and fuzzies? Can I ask? Can I get the details? But that's weird. But yeah, this would have saved me like a lot of like frustration. Oh my god, in the past, if I would have been able to do this. So there we go. There are our little vanilla cupcakes, and you guys even saw like the little container trays too, which I thought was pretty cool. And yeah, they're fully functional. You can pack them in a sack lunch, call it a meal, grab a cupcake, just do whatever your heart desires, and it's in the comfort of your own freaking oven. Not too long ago, the Sims team updated photo frames for The Sims 4, and even though I am super freaking grateful for that update, I am not exactly satisfied. And the reason for that being is I feel like there is so much promise for photos in The Sims 4. I feel like the ways that we can display them could definitely be vetted out a little more. I feel like we are just so limited in the way that we can display pictures, and this mod in particular kind of gives us a happy medium, but it is a catch-22. There is a little bit of a sacrifice that you will have to make to be able to do this. Now, this mod allows us to have Polaroids in our game, or turn our photos into Polaroids, but it also allows us to display our pictures on top of the corkboard. Now, I think the corkboard is specifically meant for just postcards, which is cool and all, but I feel like this is something that I always try to like finesse into my game. I love having my pictures on top of the corkboard. Like, that is just a realistic way that I would display my photos, especially for like little one-off pictures like this. Like, are you really going to put that in a frame? Like, are you going to put a selfie in a frame? No, you'd probably turn that into a Polaroid. Or like, for instance, this cute little number. It doesn't need to go in a frame. It could, but it doesn't have to. So this mod basically turns these landscape photos or like portrait photos just into like little, what is it called? Like little, I don't know what they're called, like little sheets, like little, prints, I guess. And the vertical pictures your Sims take will now become Polaroids. So I thought that was quite sweet. Now, the downfall, you might ask. Well, with this, if you wanted to go and put your picture into a frame, you're still able to do that. But the problem is, something I noticed as I was just playtesting this, you can no longer change the color of your photo frame. But at the very least, if you go into the build by catalog, you can still change them to the traditional colors. Now, if you really, really wanted to, you could even bring them in to the Moschino frame, which obviously you can kind of create like a little layout, and you can change the frame that way. I'm not sure if these would be compatible with the old frame mod that allowed you to change the colors and also put them on the counters. That is something worth checking out. But for me personally, this is more of how I would like to display my photos anyway. I'm not like somebody who is really heavy into the big old bulky like photo frames, and just having like a couple options to play around with, like the white and the black and the brown, is sufficient enough for me. So it is something that I feel like it depends like on your personal preference and how you like to display your photos. I know that I've featured this next item before, and I had to bring bring it back for an encore because I love it so freaking much. It is seriously the best thing ever. It is a functioning cookbook, and I think it's called like Granny's Cookbook or something. And basically what it does is it introduces a bunch of brand new recipes to your game without having to go and install custom food items. And really, is that necessary? Right next to the freaking tots. Come on. Oh my god, this family is a whole hoot and a holler. It's very much resembles my own at the moment, let me tell you. But yeah, you can do a bunch of different things. You can cook breakfast, you can cook meals, desserts, yada yada yada. You could also go in for some snacks. If I had a microwave, I could cook some soups, and I can also make a bunch of different types of cold drinks, like, you know, a chocolate milkshake or some bubble tea, eggnog for the holidays. Now, I'm gonna make only like a couple things just because I have an entire video on this, but I wanted to bring it in because this is a realistic cookbook with a bunch of realistic recipes that I feel like you all would definitely enjoy. Now, I don't know if I'm seeing things, but what the hell is going on with my game? Do we have like double doors? That door straight up didn't even freaking open. But as you can see, Nia is enjoying her chocolate milkshake, and obviously the recipes that your sim can't. I know, I want, trust me, I want it to be Derek's birthday too, believe me, Lane, believe me. But obviously dependent on your Sims's cooking skill level, they will be able to make different varieties of food. So we can create a bunch of different desserts. We got mud pie, we have angel strawberry cake, we've got mince pies, the list goes on, key lime, all the things. And then for meals, we can do a wide array of different types of meals. And then I think you can even add on this if you wanted to. So if you wanted to pick up a few more custom recipes to add to your cookbook, you can totally do that. This creator does have, I think, some more options available. But since it is getting a little bit later, I think I'm going to actually have Nia make some corned beef hash. Am I saying that right? I think so. Is Lane taking care of the baby? Oh my god, I'm like literally dying. This video is so long. Woo, y'all. And they're eating cupcakes. They're eating cupcakes before Nia is. You know what? I'm literally over it. But as you guys can see, she's chopping up the potatoes. She's got some onions. She's pretending this is Lane's pitote for getting her pregnant. Oh, dashing in some pepper, a little bit of vinegar, and even the meat. She is laying it down. That's the corned beef. I love how consistent everything is, and she's cooking it on top of the stove. Look at that cute little pink pan. Yeah, look back at it. Look back at it. I know they're eating cupcakes while you're over here like slaving away in the kitchen. Like, I seriously can't even breathe. Isn't this amazing? And there we go. It's in its own little custom dish, right? I love it. I absolutely freaking love it. I'm so excited for you guys to play this cookbook. Like, if you get anything, please just get the damn cookbook. Quick fun fact you may not know about Lane. He is actually originally from Sulani. So as a Sulani native, he loves to give back to his community by stocking and providing some fish in his local fish shack. I almost called sack, but you know what? That wouldn't be appropriate now, would it? So a side note, we have here our little fishing shop. So originally, I don't know if you guys remember me telling you about the mod that kind of fell through. So it's this one here, and it is a ice shelf, right? And it is by I think it's called Brazen Lotus. And originally, you would be able to like stock this bad boy, right, of all of your different creations, or not creations, but your catches. I'm sorry. Apparently I didn't catch that. Whoops. Anyways, long story short, it doesn't work because of the new update. So they have to update this. Then it should work, and it will keep your fish chilled. You can stock it to the brim. And then you can actually have people, or, you know, your clients or customers, whatever, come over and shop the ice shelf, and they can actually purchase your catch directly from you. And I thought that was just so freaking cute and so sweet. And it just really just... so excited, because one of the things I've always wanted to do was run a fish shop in Shulani. But I felt like it was kind of like, you know, kind of like a missed opportunity from the Sims team. I would have loved being able to like have this in game, so that if you wanted to you could be able to essentially sell your fish like this, but there's another way that you can do this, by the way. Side note, ... It's just not as cute and quirky and convenient, but another way that you can sell your fish is by purchasing one of these little fridge coolers. It actually looks really cool in game, like if you were to do it this way. And this is from Get to Work, so I would probably go with this swatch here. And then all you need to do is place your catch. So for instance, we got a little goldfish here. I don't know how long this is gonna keep it ripe, by the way. But earlier when we purchased what is it called? These other items from our phone, which was kind of cheating. We can now also place those in the cooler too. Now, obviously, if I set these for sale, it would kind of work like your cakes or whatever, and you could have your customers come and like purchase them. And I mean, I can fit quite a few in here actually, a lot, honestly. And I wouldn't have this many readily available, but it would be up to you if you wanted to order directly from, you know, like your phone or your, what is it called, distributor, I guess, or catch them yourselves. But I also thought this was a cute little, like, you know, realistic way to run a fish shop. I actually really like this. And then in addition, you can go and mount these bad boys. So like, say I wanted to purchase them directly from the distributor, I can mount them as well, and I can sell them that way for a profit. So I feel like this is a really cute way to go and have your own little fish shop, and I feel like this is so realistic in Sulani. And also, like, you could just set it up and then you could have your Sims come and purchase fish for recipes and things like that. But if you wanted to go the more what is it called, I wouldn't say ethical route, but the more like, you know, hard route, or the more like, I don't know, back to roots route, fishing would probably be your better bet. So obviously you're going to need a place to store your catch, right? That makes sense. So with this portable fishing cooler by Brazen Lotus, you can do exactly just that. So I'm actually going to have Lane come over here a little closer. Actually, no, I think this is perfect. He's going to go and place his cooler right on the dock here. And with that, he needs a little motivation. So we can have a couple different brand new drinks. We can have the base brew or bass brew. We can have a catfish. Oh my God, I cannot talk. A catfish cooler. We can also have a pond pop, or just a, you know, bottled water if we wanted to keep it easy. I think honestly a catfish cooler sounds really refreshing right now. So he is going to go and pop up his cooler, and as you guys can see, there's like a little custom inlay there, and I thought that was really, really cute. I don't know what these do, but I'm excited to find out. And look at this can. Isn't it adorable? I love that. It just kind of gives me the vibes. Like, it actually inspires me to have a fisherman in my game, which is something I don't really get to play with the career, and being able to like have your own shop now and actually like sell your items and store them in this little cooler instead of your inventory. It just kind of makes things a little more realistic. And like, just to kind of like prove it to you, I can just take all of my items here, and now he really has to pee like that. That was genius. So you see what I'm saying? Like, if I don't want all this crap in my inventory, it doesn't need to be that way. So I have everything that oh my God, he looks so uncomfortable right now. I have everything just tucked away very nicely in my cooler. So anytime I want a little drink, I can do that. I wish there were some snacks in here, but we're gonna just, you know, have Lane do a little bit of fishing right now, and then I'll show you guys again how that works. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but just to give you guys the vibes, just the vibes. Isn't this the sweetest? I absolutely love this. Did he end up catching anything? It is quite late at night, so he may not be. Oh, he ended up catching a base. That's really cute. So yeah, we have our base in here. And if we wanted, just to keep them fresh, we can put them in our cooler. And then say you know, Lane's done. He's over it. We can put this in our inventory, and also we can set these coolers for sale. So if you wanted to go ahead and make this an item that was available for other fishermen to enjoy, you could do that if you wanted to. And the very last and final mod that I have for you guys is something I'm sure you've already seen time and time again, but it is the ability to kind of rename your planters. And it's this custom item that you basically just plop into your planter, any planter, and you can rename it. So it's just kind of like a better way of organizing things. I think this is like so efficient for eco living. And if you had like a farm and you wanted to kind of know what things were instead of like, you know, just kind of guessing, you could just literally hover over and be like, oh, this planter is for taro plants, or this plant here is for vegetables, you know what I mean? Or like seasonal, maybe even like winter, fall, yada, 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 or like fruits and all different sorts of things. So I feel like that's a very realistic way of keeping things micro managed. So you guys, I think that just about wraps it up for my 18 realistic mods for The Sims 4. If you guys enjoyed this video, please, 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 please give it a huge freaking thumbs up. Don't forget to go and comment, rate, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below where the sun does not shine. And I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.
But baby, I saw you for a second and I'm happy that you came my way. Don't wanna waste no time without you ever.